What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Around the ACL. It's Michelle Thompson here with Trey Ryder and Anthony Ione. And we have another open up coming up this weekend that we're super excited to chat about. We've got some exciting news around the league. We've got Trey's new game, Name That Player, and Buy or Sell. So should be a fun show. What have you guys been up to? Trey, we missed you. Where were you? Where are you at?
Yeah, I was appreciate you guys. I was absolutely nowhere exciting. I was literally in a meeting and I was like, you guys got to do this. Like you guys got to do around the ACL values. Not only was I not there, but you people at home, I didn't even provide them with like a run of show like I normally do. They were totally winging it last week. So
off the cuff.
Yeah, if it was your favorite episode or your least favorite episode, it's my fault. So
don't lie, it was your favorite. Come on, be honest out there.
No, it was good stuff. I did take Dad, aka Jeff McCarriger, to a Clemson game this weekend, and he was falling in love with the orange. So so that was a fun one.
So is he pushing his daughter to go there then? Is he
I told Jeff, I think it was a really expensive weekend for you this weekend because I think she liked it a lot.
She's committed. Okay.
Yeah, so she may end up there. Who knows?
That's funny.
Who knows?
Anthony,
Trey, was that meeting at least like locking down a title sponsor or like locking in ESPN, like something juicy?
It was a productive meeting. Trust me, I wouldn't have missed you guys for nothing. So it's good. We're getting towards the end. We're not ready to release it publicly, but we have our, a lot of people may or may not know ESPN and CBS contracts are officially expired. So it's a renegotiation period, not only for those, but all of our sponsorship contracts kind of aligned with those TV deals. So it's a busy time. Yep. It's a busy time. So we've had a good amount. We've had pretty much all the way to the finish line resolution on our TV deals, which we're hoping to release in the near future. And then sponsorships not far behind. So it's been a busy time here in the HQ.
Nice.
Yeah, I bet. Typically, Trey is engaged in, we get the agenda like Thursday or Friday, and I'm like, yes, I get to do some homework. This dude's so busy, it's like coming in like minutes before the show. Here's what we're going to talk about, guys. Okay, here we go.
I was like this morning. I give you a few hours this time instead of a few days.
Yeah, but I love it because Anthony is the prepared person and Trey and I are not. Yes. And so we're seeing a different Anthony now. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a couple hours behind you guys, but first thing in the morning, I get on my work computer and I open up the run of show and I'm like, did he update it? And I see Trey in there typing away. I can see it like happening live. I'm like,
letting him behind the curtain right now. We're just airing out all our dirty laundry of how this show works. But no, it's good. We love when you're prepared, Anthony, but we also love when you're, on the fly too. I think it worked out just fine last week.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, you guys did a great job. I didn't watch the episode yet, but you guys did a great job.
He has no idea. He's just saying he did a great. He didn't hear complaints, I guess. You didn't get me scathing email. What was that?
Yeah. Yep.
Yet. All right. Let's get into our open number 3 preview here in Illinois this weekend. Definitely going to be another exciting open. Trey, what can you tell us? What do you got?
Yeah, so a couple different things, rolling into this open. Now we're kind of in the swing of these open series. We're going to see a couple repeat players already from the new year with their new bags. And we're going to see a couple, completely new faces on the season. In particular, at least from a familiar face new season perspective, Jay Rubin, Jordan Power, our doubles world champions, going to be playing together with their new bags for the first time, playing those Titan bags. Really interested to see how Jay Rubin in particular adjusts to his new bags. I talked a little bit to Jordan Power in Rock Hill, and admittedly, he was still trying to figure out which bag of the many different series options that he was going to throw, right? He was trying a couple different things out. It was going to take a little bit of time for him to get used to it, and we knew that coming into the season. So really, I don't care how they finish this coming weekend. Really, I'm just kind of looking to see if they have the look that they had when they won a world championship. They may finish 17th. I don't know. I'm not going to hit the panic button if they do finish 17th. They got some things that they need to work through, a new bag. They're going to do, coming off that high of the world championship, just kind of excited to see the world champs as they're competing again here in East Milan. So yeah, looking for them. Bob Vaunch has got a new partner in Cody Morris. It'll be the first time that we see Bob Vaunch paired up with Cody Morris. I think that's going to be an interesting team. Don't know a lot about Cody Morris, but two great shooters. We're going to see a former world champion in co-ed doubles, Tony Smith and Bella Seprenant. They'll be paired up. Excited to just kind of watch them as they come through the end of the season. I think this is the first time where we've had Tony Smith coming into a season where the expectation are he's a top 5 player in the world, right? When he was a rookie, it was how big of a splash would he make? Then when he made a decent splash, but he didn't dominate, even when he came into last season, there was still some time for him to build up this credibility of being a top 10 player in the world. Now there's an expectation laid that this guy's going to be good and got to be good. So I'm really excited to see how Tony Smith plays with that level of expectation. One guy, what are we going to get from Brett Guy this season? Last time we saw Brett Guy, was at that Pro Shootout Championship, and him and Eric Davis win for the second year in a row, right? I would say obviously that's the biggest win of the year as far as money goes, so you can't discount that. But really what I'm looking at before that time, we didn't get a very good Brett Guy last year, right? Do I get a better Brett Guy this season? I kind of hope so. Big shot Brett Guy, the hitman, whatever you want to call him. I think cornhole is better when Brett Guy is better just because of the level of high shot, big shots that he can hit, the energy that he brings. And I just look for him to kind of have a better season, this coming year. So, and then one maybe team that I'm excited to watch that they don't really have any chemistry or aren't going to be pro partners, but Alec Ryan and Ryan Wiedenfeld. Ryan Wiedenfeld, obviously kind of the favorite. Him and Fisher Hamilton, probably the favorites to win Rookie of the Year this coming season, paired with the person that I've picked as my breakout player of the year, Alec Ryan. So I'm just kind of excited, and they both throw really similar bag choices. So I think it's going to be a fun team to watch this coming weekend. Only other person I'll mention, Open number 3 last season was an opportunity for a player to come in through a stacked field, win the entire event, take everybody by storm, and opened our eyes to this individual player that eventually became a top 10 player. That's Noah Almanza. He wins the Cincinnati Open last year. Nobody thought he was going to come in and finish top 10, never mind win the entire thing. But it opened our eyes, and throughout the year, we saw Almanza continue that streak and obviously go on to be a top 8 player in the world playing in the Pro Invitational. So really what I'm saying here is, right, when it comes to Noah Almanza, do we get a repeat from him? Do we get another breakout? Or do we have another Noah Almanza that comes through and sets the stage for the rest of the year? You know how I am being a historian. So it's just excited to see if we see history repeat itself.
And that wasn't just impressive because he came out of nowhere. It was also impressive because of where it was. I mean, so it was a stacked Open in Ohio. So not an easy thing to do. Anthony, what do you got to add? Who are you looking at?
I guess just feeding off the stacked comment, I would say not as stacked this time. So kind of big picture. And actually, Trey, just to feed off some of the things you were saying, you mentioned Jordan's bags, Jay's bags. I was talking to him as early as this morning, and he was talking about he's switched to carpet. And he's really liking how the carpet bag is playing. I told him, I still think I see you as a mid to a slightly faster bag style player. I can see his cut bag working on his everything he's dropping on his social media. That looks really nice. But he's really emphasizing, hey, look at my, looking at stats saying, look at my DPR. I love the focus on DPR. He's like, I'm still able to maintain a mid-9. And you're talking about a guy that's a +10 guy. He's like, I'm cool with a mid-9. Look at my DPR. And he's showing me some stats that he's having at regionals and some of the tournaments locally. So watch him come in with carpet this weekend. I expect to see carpet in based on our conversation. He's pretty hot on that. So that'll be interesting to see Bob Vaughn, you mentioned, noted. I just realized this morning that he's throwing Reynolds bags this year.
Yeah.
So a different product line for him, maybe not as many opportunities that fit into his style of play. I mean, he's got the Typhoon out there. Maybe some of those other bags I don't know, but Reynolds typically a slower or carpet style product line, but they're coming out with new faster bags. So interested to see how Bob Vonch handles the Reynolds. You mentioned Brett Guy, yeah, certainly falling off last season. That's a good call. Do we get a different Brett Guy this season? Does he come out showing that he can still be a top 15 player? But some other ones for me to look out for. I just wanted to mention, we talked about how stacked it is. 4 of our early prediction top 10s are in the field. Only 4. We've got Alex Hicks, my number 8, your number 6. Tony Smith, my number 6, your number 10. We got Matt Guy, my number 5, your number 4, and Mark Richards, my number 3, your number 5. So only 4 of the top 10. There's a big hole out there, like you said, an opportunity for someone to come through and maybe say, "Hey, I'm here to play. You don't know me yet, but I just want an open event." That would be cool to see. Um, Also, I got an eye on this Zachary Engelken guy. I see him in the field. He's a statistical anomaly in practice, and I think all of us can relate to that. I'm really good in practice. Look at my numbers, but can he translate? We're talking about a guy that can beat 11s in practice with a carpet bag, but I haven't seen that really translate to tournament play. Now, he did win his conference qualifier. He didn't get through at the gauntlet, which I thought he would, but then he came right behind it and qualified in the conference qualifiers. So, new pro this season. Really interested to see if he can translate practice to real performance. Just getting into doubles, kind of that same three thing, Trey. I kind of look back to our early predictions on what we thought our top 10s would be. 3 of our top 10 doubles teams are in this field. Alex Hicks, Ryan Windsor, Mark Richards, Philip Lopez, and Jordan Power, Jay Rubin. Again, big hole. Where's the other 7? Where's the other 7 that we thought would be top 10? So I certainly got my eye on those. Interesting one. I don't know if you mentioned Trzynski. Did you mention the partnership, Davis Trzynski?
No, I did not. I did
So
not.
that's a unique partnership for me. Similar play, right? Much more, I think, much more aggressive play on Eric Davis's side. Less use of the slick side of the bag, but I think they could be a tough team coming in here to this open. You mentioned the Ryans, last name, first name, Alec Ryan, Ryan Wiedenfield. Again, similar style players. They're going to tear it up with that carpet game. Those are the games I'm going to be drawn to. If I ever see them on a feed or something pop up, I'm definitely going to be jumping into those matches. You mentioned El Monza. Did you mention Noah as a partnership?
No, I didn't mention Noah. Noah.
Okay.
You got
Yeah.
Noah.
Okay.
Noah.
Noah Almanza, Noah Wooten partnering up. Tough. I mean, they're going to be tough. We've seen at this point, Noah Wooten in my eyes can throw anything. I don't care if it's carpet, fast bag, different styles of play. This guy is going to kill it. So I assume they're going to come in with a Noah Almanza. Last time Almanza threw carpet at Open 2, maybe we see the reverse. Maybe we see Almanza come out with his style of bag and Wooten to match. But we did answer the question: can Almanza throw carpet in an open format? And he did. So who knows? Maybe they throw maybe they throw a contraband style bag. Would be curious to see what happens there. We got the world co-ed champs in here. I see Tony Smith and Soprenit coming back. Right, they were the co-ed champs a couple years back. That'll be interesting to see. Really want to see what Morellis and Gustafson are going to do. So we're going to get a glimpse now of this new partnership. Talking a little bit with both guys. They're practicing a lot. I think they live in the same area. I'm not sure if they're driving a ways to practice together. Maybe they're super close, because I feel like just some of the conversations we had. Hey, we were throwing bags together. We were throwing bags together. We saw them reveal together. They were on the same feed, so I assume they're close, but their numbers look really good. I saw some of their numbers. I don't know if it was a regional or something this past weekend, but both of them throwing plus 10s in that regional. Now a partnership. Really curious to see what they do. This other team, and this is a name, and maybe this is the one where we see someone come out and win an open like Almanza did last year. Joe Saladiner. Most people don't know this name. This guy made it to his bracket finals at Worlds. He didn't win his bracket, but he made it to a brackets finals. I got to call a couple of matches. Really, really solid player, teaming up with a Gavin Cano. Now we know Gavin's we're already talking about this guy at a national level. They could be a sneaky team that comes in and does some work, and most people will go, who the heck is this Joe Saladiner guy? Watching out for this guy here. I don't know. What do you think, Mish? Anything popping out to you, or things you want to
I
talk
don't
about?
know how'd you guys not talk about Donald Cup? This guy.
The
Anyone else interested in what the heck he's gonna do?
Donald Cup just does what Donald Cup wants to do. So. I do find it interesting that now going back through the list as you were talking, none of us mentioned Matt Guy either. Matt Guy has a chance to reclaim first place. Jamie Graham not in the field, so Matt Guy winning singles or doubles would move back into sole possession of first place all time on the titles list. So something to keep in mind.
Interesting.
Yeah, true. Yeah, good call, Trey. We've got this race. Graham not in the field, so maybe a chance to get some ground or a little insurance for Matt Guy.
All right.
Do you think Jamie's thinking about that? Do you think he's sitting at home going,
no?
Dang, he has a chance to take over my first place?
I think, you know what? I think he does, and I don't think Matt Guy thinks about it for a second.
Well, based on we asked him that, was it us that asked him? Well, I don't even know what interview it was on at this point. I've lost track, but I thought we asked that question, and he really didn't say he paid much attention to it, but unless he's like lying to himself or us. But
I mean, maybe he doesn't, but I don't know. Something tells me he wants it. He wants it bad, right? I think Jamie, like being able to say he's got more titles than the GOAT, I think that's a big deal.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be fun.
All right, I'm going to send Jamie Graham a message right now and ask him if he is thinking about this. You're about to be second place. Does that bother you?
He's not
live on Around the ACL, sending text messages.
Yeah, you got to call him and let him pick up live on the show. All right, let's move on to Trey's game. Name that player, where Trey embarrasses Anthony and I.
Yes, this is my favorite segment.
Oh yeah, we struggled on this one last time.
A little bit of a struggle bus.
All right. So again, context. I'm going to read some accolades, and you tell me who the player is. Okay. First one to get it gets a point. Okay. I got 3 players. Okay. Player number 1 is 10th all time on the ACL titles list with 6 titles.
Okay.
Okay.
6 titles, 10th place.
All right. Any guesses so far? Are we good?
Well, like you're not repeating anyone, right, that you've already done?
I'm not repeating anybody.
Because I thought like Brett Guy or Eric Davis were around that number.
Okay, so just having looked, because later we're going to talk a little bit about that. I think it's in later in the agenda. I do know Richards was like tied for 5th. I think that was in there. So he's going to be with 9 titles. So Brett Guy was above that one. She was in 4th. So it's going to be lower.
This person has 4 doubles titles to 2 singles titles. So the split is 4 double, 2 single on those 6 total titles.
Doubles.
Okay. I know Windsor's out. He's tied for 5th. Just going off of memory here.
I got another one. All right. This one may get one of you. Get you to the answer. This person's a lefty.
Oh, a lefty.
Jordan
Jordan Camba. Ding, ding, ding.
Yes.
Got him. The next one,
Anthony.
the next 2 clues were going to be he's a world champion.
Okay.
Former world champion. And then the last one was this was going to be the kicker. He had 0 titles in 2021, 2022.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
It would have been kind of the kicker.
All right.
Yeah.
If we didn't get it there, Mish, we're fired.
I'm so glad we didn't get there and explore that more.
All right. Next person. This person is 12th all time on the ACL titles list with 5 titles.
Okay. You said Camba was 10th, right?
He was 10th with 6.
Okay.
This person is 12th with 5.
Okay.
This person split our 2 singles titles to 3 doubles.
Another person with more doubles. Okay.
And this includes shootouts, opens, nationals.
Yep.
does not include seniors or women's only events.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Next, unless you got to guess, Mish, you want to go next one?
I was trying to remember. I mean, is Tony Smith? Where is he on that list?
It's not Tony Smith.
Nothing in
this next clue will also rule out Tony Smith. This person only throws slick side.
Oh, yeah, that would have been it.
All right, let's go Frank Modlin.
Nope.
Damon Dennis?
Good guess. Nope.
He would have been down
Jim
there somewhere.
McGuffin? Who else throws slick side?
I mean,
Modlin's never won.
only is probably maybe a little bit of an exaggeration, but like anytime
primarily.
I remember seeing them throwing open board slide shot, slick side.
Slick side.
Fun fact, and I put it on Twitter this week too. Do you know Modlin's never won a national? Mish?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
This might be the year.
But he's had some success in shootouts. Got another one for us?
Yeah, this person won a national singles event as a rookie.
Ooh. Creek Killer.
No, he doesn't throw slick
No,
side.
he doesn't have 5 though. Yeah, and he's not slick side. Good call.
Like this season or just any season?
Any season.
Oh.
This is their 3rd year as an ACL pro coming up.
Okay, that helps. That helps.
Okay.
Oh, I got it. Isidro Herrera.
Nope.
Oh, that was a good
so
one.
confident.
Slick side only. He's won
It
doubles,
sounded good.
singles. Oh man.
In the national singles event, he beat Trey Birchfield in the finals.
Wait, say that again. In which national?
When he beat Trey Birchfield?
In the national that he won, he beat Trey Birchfield in the finals.
Beat Trey
That
Birchfield.
guy? No, he's way up there. I forgot what number you said he was. I'm just thinking, who the heck beat Trey Birchfield?
Beat Trey
And he
Birchfield.
threw 27 in a row to do it.
Stephen Bernasette.
Yeah, Stephen
Oh my
Bernasette.
God.
Yes.
I was going to say that, but I thought this was his. I thought last year was his rookie year. Why did I think that?
Year before.
Oh, I should have just said it anyway.
All right, last one. This person is 8th all-time in titles with 7 titles. This person, this is my favorite of the facts I'm giving. This person has the exact same number of titles as their pro doubles partner.
Oh.
Okay.
So again, their doubles partner has 7 total titles.
That's not a lot of people.
So someone who's won more titles than Bernasette, but less titles than Richards. Kind of in that category of skill level.
Yep. The split is 5 singles to 2 doubles.
Whoa.
All right. Has a solid doubles partner.
Can't be Windsor because I don't think. Wait, his current partner?
What about like
Current
a
partner has exact same number of titles.
What about a Devin Harbaugh?
Oh.
Nope.
Their
Eric
doubles
King.
partner. Oh, you want me to give you a second to guess before I give any more away? Or you
No,
want
go
to know
ahead.
what?
I was going to say Derek King that hasn't won a
Their
single.
doubles partner is a former world champion.
Oh. Philip Lopez.
Nope.
No, he doesn't have the same amount as Mark Richards.
Oh yeah, they have to have the same. That's right.
That was the first thought I had if that stat hadn't come out.
Ooh, that's tough.
I
Same
can
amount
give
of
I
titles.
can give you one to give it away.
I need
What do you
like a
think we
list of the ones we said last time. Because we said Ryan Windsor already, right?
Yep, not Ryan
Yeah.
Windsor.
Okay.
Can I use Frank Modlin now?
Trey
You
Birchfield.
can,
no,
but it's not right.
Son
Trey
of a-
Birchfield's.
This person throws the same brand of bags as Frank Modlin.
Okay.
Damon Dennis. Oh no, he doesn't anymore.
Did we
Who
already
else
use
throws?
Jordan Camba? Jordan Camba.
Not Jordan
Who else
Camba.
throws
They are partners with Camba's former partner.
Baldwin?
It's not Jordan Camba.
Renner?
Oh,
Wait, what'd you
Baldwin
say?
might be a
Cheyenne
good
Renner.
one.
Oh, I was like,
Cheyenne
wait, what?
Renner.
Cheyenne Renner.
All right, let's go
Wow.
through those again real quick.
She's
has
eighth all
this.
time in titles, 7
Yep.
titles. She's got 2 shootouts. She's got 2 shootout championships, 1 open singles, 1 open doubles, and a pro invitational also counts as a pro shootout championship before, when the year we didn't have the pro shootout championship. So that counts.
Okay. Same amount of titles as her partner. Is that what you said? So
Yes,
Baldwin's
Baldwin.
okay. All cornhole. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Hey, we did better this time, Mish.
You guys
Dang
did a
it.
lot
This
better.
time.
Well, down to the last clue, but we did it. And I had Bernadette. I just did not think it was 3 years as a pro for some reason. My bad. All right. Moving on to news around the league. We had our Mid-North Conference #1. Our open doubles winners are Gus Redeman and Eddie Wenker, and singles was Eddie Wenker. Really exciting. I'm going to throw it over to you, Trey, because, drum roll, please. We have our ACL Pro Cornhole video game coming out soon.
Yeah.
Take it away, Trey.
Yeah, finally, right? Finally, right? So I have a playable build this week that I am testing. So I am
Getting your game on?
getting the game on this week, trying it out. So the game will launch this holiday season. Don't have a firm release date yet. The game has been submitted to consoles, so it needs to get approval from the consoles before we can set an official release date. But hopefully it can be a good Christmas gift, hopefully, for people. Excited. It's going to have, ACL pros within the game. You're going to be able to play as ACL pros, play against ACL pros. Multiplayer will be available in the future and a future update within a couple months. For now, we're going to launch the game as a single player game and then add the multiplayer. But Farsight Studios is going to be is the developer of the game. If you were a gamer like me in the sports gaming world, they were the last company to manufacture or develop a video game for football that wasn't EA. So they were the last ones. They had NFL 2K5. I don't know, with Terrell Owens on the cover. I don't know if you guys were gamers back in the day, but that was one of my favorite games ever. They're developing it. Really excited. They're also the developers of PBA Bowling. That game that's out, and it has similar mechanics, but there's plenty of differences, and definitely the physics engine that they're bringing on is going to be exciting. All of the players were mocaps, so motion captured, meaning we got all of their likenesses within the game. Yeah. They're going to be exciting to see. So just really pumped about finally getting. And Bernie and I are on the mic. Bernie and I are the 2 announcers for the game. So We'll see how that goes as well. And you'll also be able to play with your favorite bags. There'll be a number of different bag manufacturers within the game, and you'll be able to throw a variety of different series that also have speed ratings and other ratings associated with them. So it's going to be as authentic as you can be. You're going to be able to throw air mails and rolls and slides and pushes and everything you ever wanted to. So we're excited.
Yeah, I remember when we were in, I think it was Vegas, and we had a little station set up, and you were seeing some of the pros getting suited up. Mm-hmm. So It was really cool to see, just like you see it on TV where they're, they got the little sensors and little gloves and all these things. That was super cool to see them suit up and do that.
Absolutely.
Yep. So it's going to be exciting. Very exciting
times. Speaking of exciting, we have a really fun New Year's weekend coming up, December 29th through January 1st. It's going to be our first pro shootout, the National College Championships, Open #6, and the draft. So it's going to be a fun time over there in Myrtle Beach. And I think we're all going to be there, right?
That's going to be a packed weekend.
Yes, I think we all are going to be there. And then it's going to be incredible. Shootout being kind of moved up with the new TV deals I've been kind of alluding to. Schedule is kind of morphed a little bit. Not going to be just the summer for the pro shootout. So it moves into our first pro shootout being that New Year's weekend. So pro series coming out immediately. I can't wait. 2 weeks, we're going to be announcing all of the pro teams details for this season Anthony and I, we're going to be on ACL Live in a couple weeks going through all those pro team stuff, and it's going to be incredible. I think it's going to be a best year second year, but I think it's going to blow away what we did last year when it comes to teams. Once we reveal all those details, it's going to be crazy. But just excited. It's going to be an epic weekend, and the college championship is always a fun wild card event. A lot of our top players from the college have graduated, and by graduated, I mean moved on to the pro division, right?
Mm-hmm.
No more Logan Chamberlain, no more Ben Brown, no more Kobe Costanza, right? Somebody else has got to come through and kind of carry that torch. So I'm pumped up for Myrtle Beach, January 29th December 29th through January 1st.
Heck yeah. Hey, Trey, just to be clear, did you just invite me to Myrtle Beach?
Have I not already invited you to Myrtle Beach?
Not yet.
I think technically I invited you.
So, yeah, I think technically Niche did, but I need all hands on deck for that one. So,
hey, we're going to Myrtle Beach.
I was like, if I go, Anthony goes. Okay, that's the contract.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
Exactly.
Oh man! All right, we got buy or sell coming up next. I'll read you some things here. You guys let me know if you want to buy or sell. First one being, we've never heard of the person who's going to win the 2022 NCCC in singles. Kind of what you just were talking about.
I mean, I racked my brain this morning. I'm like, okay, who finished well at the championships last year? And I don't know if these players are coming back, right? Mm-hmm. Chandler Davenport was up there.
Yep.
He made it all the way, I believe, to the semifinals. We had Javier Torres. I don't know if he's graduated. He's still not a pro, kind of in the running for that. But Logan Chamberlain, gone. Ben Brown, gone. Is Nick Moore? I believe Nick Moore is graduated. So I think he's gone. That really leaves, does Taylor Cathey, is he graduated? I believe he's graduated as well. The Texas A&M team had some players on there that I think can compete. I believe there's Nathan Acevedo or something along those lines. He's going to be a top player, but I'm going to buy it, Anthony. I don't know if I know enough people to be able to say that for sure. I think it's going to be a wild card this year.
Yeah, I'm listening to you rattle off those names, and I'm like, yeah, I got nothing. And then I'm thinking about last season, right? We had Mark Richards come out this year. We've got all these amateurs coming out with no names. And then the list of players that you just listed off for the college, I got nothing. I'm buying too. And I think that's what makes the sport so cool is you're going to have a Logan Chamberlain or a Kobe Costanza or a Schlobom come out of this college event and then make serious noise in the pro division, because that has produced solid pros, I think.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Agreed. All right. By the end of 2022-2023 season, Mark Richards will be third all time in ACL titles. He's currently fourth behind Trey Birchfield. Buy or sell?
This is tough. So he's got to get four. As of right now, he's got to get four more to tie.
And then Trey has to not get.
And Trey has to not get any.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell it. And not because I don't think Mark Richards may not get four more. You just can't convince me Trey Birchfield's not going to get anything this year.
Right.
Even if it means it's in doubles with Alex Rawls, whether or not they grab a shootout and grab an open or two, like it's just too much of a deficit, I think, to overcome from Birchfield. Will he catch him next year? I think that's maybe a safer bet, but I'm going to sell.
Anthony?
Yeah, I was doing the same math. So let's talk about the tie. Who's he tied with? Eric Davis and Ryan Windsor also have 9. So he has to outplay them. I think with a solid partner that he has in Lopez, plus his success in singles, he's going to be able to do that. One spot ahead of him, Brett Guy at 4th has one more title. I think that's completely achievable, but man, if we assume Birchfield and Rawls as a doubles team can match, Richards and Lopez, that's a wash. So let's say that's a wash. It's going to come down to just singles. Can Richards outplay Birchfield in singles? Yes. But can he do 4 or 5 of them? 4 to tie, 5 to take the lead. I'm selling. I mean, that's a hell of a season to back up a hell of a season. Back-to-back seasons like that, insane. Because he did win
Doubles in
5,
Cancun on
I
the beach.
think, in singles. I think he won 5 in singles last season. Because he had 3 opens, worlds, and a national. Yeah, so he had 5. But to do it again, yeah, I don't see that happening. Sell.
Did you guys see that his picture in Cancun? He's got like the short little the
Yes,
Mexico boards.
yes.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Took
You
it
got an
down
open
over
win in
there.
Cancun. Yeah, count it.
Took it down in Cancun. All right, Titan Bags will have the premier roster of the bag manufacturers this season. Buy or sell?
This is, they're going to make a splash. They've all of a sudden become a big boy brand, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have Jordan, Power, Jay Rubin, Cody Henderson, Adam Hissner, Bernadette Brooks, Morales Gustafson. I mean, there's a long list of players that they have. I will sell that they'll be the premier. I think the standard right now is going to be someone like a Lucky Bags that has 4 of those top players. With Richards, Lopez, Richards, Lopez, and then Rawls, Birchfield. Fire, obviously, you still have your big 4. They're gonna compete this year. I don't think they'll be the premier though. Sell.
Anthony?
Yeah, I'm with Trey on this one. A solid list of baggers that you named for Titan. Definitely picking it up though on the team side for Titan this year. We could call them maybe breakout bag manufacturer. If that's not taken over by BG, because I think BG is going to break out as well with all of these young studs that are coming in. But different strategies, right? Lucky, like you said, they're going to go up and pick up your number 1, your number 2, your top 2 teams, top 4 players in the world. They're going to really stack it with top players. And then the opposite with like an Ultra, where they're going to go for the shotgun method. They're just going to have as many players as possible. No one that's really a top 15, but maybe they own that 30 to 50 category, with their title players being, maybe an Almanza Clemmer or the Sasweta brothers. But yeah, I'm going to sell on that one too. I think between Fire and Lucky, they're going to give the biggest run for the premier roster for the season.
I feel like teams will give Ultra a good amount of TV time. I think if it wasn't for teams, that would be a riskier, move, but should get some good waves that way. All right, number 4, Noah Wooten will resemble his 2020 self this season. Buy or sell?
2020 self was a lot, but I'm gonna buy it, and here's why. If you took what Noah Wooten did in 2020, I will argue it's almost less impressive than what we've seen over him across the past 4 months. Now, the issue is it's been spread across a weird time frame, but made a deep run in Salt Lake City alongside Noah Wooten. At the final chase, they made a broadcast. Then in a shootout, he made it all the way to the finals again in multiple shootouts, 2 different shootouts. He made it all the way to the finals in singles. Spencer McKenzie's throwdown makes it all the way to the final 4 with Cameron Belvin. Then since then, made it all the way to the finals of Open number 2 recently. So he's getting almost all the way there. And he's doing it with a multitude of different bags. He's doing it in a couple different play styles. I've been really impressed with what he's been able to accomplish recently. I will buy it that Noah Wooten is getting in the territory of becoming a dominant player like he was back in 2020. Because you remember in 2020, he just won the one event.
Yep.
It was a legendary event.
Legendary.
But I would argue he is even better right now and playing at a higher level instead of just one-off event.
Yeah, he's like the most inconsistent. I don't mean like his ability to play. I mean like his partners, bags, style. Like he's all over the place. And still, like, I feel like for people to get all the way to the end, it's like they have to have their bags, their ideal, everything to get that far. And he's doing it no matter what. What do you think, Anthony?
Yeah, Trey broke it down perfectly. The history there. For me, it also goes to technique. If we look to 2020 and compare how his technique looked last year. So as you know, I'm a geek into the technique, and I actually noticed a lot of inefficiencies in Noah's pitch from 20 to 21. He picked up a lot of bad habits. So I put together a little side-by-side, and I sent it to him. I said, hey, man, look at how you're falling out of your pitch to the left. Look how erratic you are in your release. If you remember 2021, he was really erratic in his release. Like there was a lot of
Mhm.
stuff going on. He has cleaned up almost all of it. And if I put his side-by-side technique to today, to 2020, they're back to almost the same. So
Mm.
to me, that tells me that that's going to give him the he can still be good with all that erratic movement here and there, but to be consistent throughout a whole season, I think he needed to tighten up that technique, and he has. I'm going to buy it as well. I think Wooten's coming back.
All right. And number 5, Courtney Coy is back. Buy or sell?
I want to see one. I want to see one more event, but I'm gonna buy it.
I
I'm
was like, well,
buying
you
it.
can't, Trey. You got to
I
decide
can't.
now.
I can't see one more event. I'll go on a limb and say buy. Look what she did, and again, take it away from that small sample size. Look at last year. How did she finish last year? She was way behind in the standings. She jumped all the way ahead, jumped ahead of her cousin, Miranda. She got into Airmail City. She played well in Airmail City. She played well all the way to get onto the broadcast at Pro Shootout number 8, where she came up short to Yeti, but she had a great run. Then she goes and wins Open number 2 in women's singles. I'm telling you, this is a different Courtney Coy than we've been seeing for the past 18 months. Now, I almost made the phrase here for buy or sell. Courtney Coy is now the better of the two Coys, but I would not.
Don't
I would
go
not
there.
touch that with a 10-foot
You don't
pole.
want the hate
I would
mail?
not. I would not touch that with a 10-foot pole. I would not put Anthony or I on the spot for that one because that wouldn't be fun.
Wise. He's a wise man. Anthony, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Trey, what you're saying is on point. Mad props to that Open number 2 performance. Statistically, way up there, elite level, 10.08 over 105 rounds. I actually don't recall ever seeing Coy throw like that, with some notable wins against Finley and Ham. But I'm still out there. The big question for me is, did she just get hot in ceiling for that moment? I feel like I need more out of that. I'm going to sell.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, moving on to our pro doubles teams final. So we want to just sort of wrap up any of the teams that we haven't yet talked about that have come together for doubles. And there's even a few that haven't yet. so shockingly. So Trey, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, really. I just kind of wanted to look through the list and say to myself, okay, who have we not talked about, or who did I not? Because all the pros filled out a bio information card that told us who their pro partner was going to be, and some of the stuff I was looking at, I was saying to myself, I had no idea these guys were going to be partners. One that jumped up the page to me that could be scary: Storm Hogue and Matthew Stout.
Yeah,
that was a very interesting pairing to me. Matthew Stout coming off of a season-long singles suspension. So he's going to be back in the mold, playing at a higher level, more focused, because he can play both singles and doubles. Storm Hogue made it all the way to the finals of a national this past year. Yes, was Jacob Trzynski kind of the better player probably throughout the season, but Hogue and Stout can get hot. I've heard a lot about Blake Karnick from a few different people. He'll be playing with Steve Schroeder, who we saw get hot at times, one of those players that can just sling bag after bag after bag in the hole, that prototypical slick side senior type of style, playing alongside Blake Karnick, I think will be interesting. Derek Singleton going with Terry Mathis after he's no longer being partnered with Jeremy Schermerhorn, who Anthony and I have been very high on for the past 6 months. Anthony in particular has been saying how good Jeremy Schermerhorn is. Now Derek Singleton has to go find a different partner, goes and finds Terry Mathis, who paired with Bob Vaunch last year, Anthony. I had much higher expectations for Terry Mathis and Bob Vaunch in 2022. This is an opportunity with a little less pressure, playing alongside Derek Singleton. Those can be both players that have something to prove, can have a successful 2023. And finally, Mark Lopez and Corey Ballard out of the West Coast. Corey Ballard, when we went through resumes, Anthony, had arguably the best resume out of any non-automatic qualifier.
Really?
His PPR, his DPR, his tournament finishes, his open standings, all of these different things added up, and he just barely missed automatic qualifiers. I think Mark Lopez, with the extra motivation, he made it out of a ton of brackets out of the PDC last year. Combine that with Corey Ballard having this really, really strong resume. This may not be a team that's going to flirt with top 20, but to me, as a team that is going to have the ability to really make some upsets and be a couple times throughout the year, the team that we go, who beat that team? Oh, they did. So, those are the ones I'm looking out for as interesting ones.
How about you, Anthony?
Yeah, Corey Ballard not even on my radar. So interesting. Now he is. Now I'm gonna be peeking around to see what's going on there. But hey, credit to us. When I was going through the list, I quickly found 30 teams we've already talked about in detail. So I was like, all right,
Yes.
we've been talking a lot about these
We've
teams.
been scouting.
Yeah, but hey, here's a couple that came right to the top of my list. The Sassueta brothers. We haven't talked yet about them, and they had a lot of success kind of to finish off the season. I think it was mostly shootout format, but they could be tough together. And we need a power team out of the West badly, and I think that they could help that cause. Does Tony Smith count as a team out of the West anymore? Is he officially moved to the
That's
West?
a good question.
So we go through all this in previous weeks. Apparently now he's like, I don't know if I am moving out west. So
Okay.
He's the wishy-washy Tony Smith.
Got
Yeah,
you.
that's not surprising.
On the women's side, Altice, Belvin, as well as where's that other one here? Downer and Hugeback. Specifically with the women's division. Really excited to see how that women's division develops this season, and I think that they could be, really mess up that top three that we've typically seen kind of repeat itself over and over again. So I'm excited to see what they do. Sutton and Frazier, we just don't talk about these guys enough, but they are just always sneaky good. I want to say they were top maybe 15, 17 last season. Never really talked about them. They always were just, it was almost like Michael Lucas Jr. and Dingus. They were always like consistently deep enough to not be visible nationally. Right when you get to that point where everybody's going to see them, that's where their tournament would end. But when you consistently do that, you're a top team because you don't have that 51st finish or that, that just really bad finish that would jack up their rankings. You mentioned Stout Hogue, Travis, Graven, and Harvey. Graven, if I remember, he was either an 8-0 or a 7-1 qualifier, so he did really well in the qualifier. I'm keeping a close eye on all those people that went basically undefeated through the qualifier or had a loss, and then you team up with like a guy like Harvey. If we can get the 2021 Harvey back, that would be an interesting team to watch. The young kids, Cripps and Stickney. We saw Stickney showcase his skills on the USAC event at Worlds, teaming up with Cripps, who came in hot at the last part of the season. Haven't talked yet about them. I'd love to see what they do. Herrera and Jones, we know what we're going to get out of Herrera, a top 10 player, top 10 candidate in singles and doubles. He's just all around good, but can Jalen Jones match that in a doubles format, and can they be a top 20 team? Certainly going to be keeping an eye out for them. Reynolds and Stranger, what do you think about that one? That's a unique partner. I feel like anyone Justin Stranger teams up with is going to be a unique partnership. I don't know why, because he's just a different kid,
He'll be
sneaky good with the Reynolds, who's just a legend. Keeping an eye out for them. And then just again back to the West to finish it up, Misha. I see we're running out of time here. We've got Labrador and Williams teaming up this year. Again, we need the West to kind of show some more strength, and who's going to be that big doubles team or two doubles teams that can carry the West in the league. Maybe those two guys can do it for us.
Absolutely. The only one that jumped out at me that I thought was surprising was Chelsea Hubbard and Whitney Martinez. I remember when they announced it, I was surprised about that team. All right, we're out of time though, so let's hear your hot take, Trey.
Real quick, Ryan Wiedenfeld, top 2 finish this weekend at the Open.
Okay.
Like it.
Anthony?
I got my shirt on for a reason. Alex Hicks, he's going to win singles this weekend. Open number 3. Let's go, baby, go.
I'm picking Eric Davis and Jacob Krasinski to win their bracket. It's a hot take.
Not hot from Michelle.
Come on. All right, that's all we got time for. We'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the cornhole coming up this weekend.